people, a warm welcome to the show, It's Heartbeat. I'm so glad to be here, so amazed. Yes, how has been your day? I mean, how has been the week? I was here last on Thursday and promised to come back this Thursday to give you the best that I have in stock for you. Remember, It's Heartbeat, a live show for the youth out there. If you have any problem in your relationship, you have like any issues that are really shaking you up in your relationship, it might not be necessarily marriage, but it would be probably, let's say maybe you have a problem in your relationship, but you're probably making up to getting married. Yes, this is a show for you. I become a mediocre to your problems, and we try to find out the problem and give you an appropriate advice. But the people out there who would have been through the same problem or probably much older than us and are married by now. Yes, we also have amazing music like the one we've just played you that opened up our show today, Makeup. It's a beautiful one. When you fight, make sure you make up. Don't wait for people to indulge into your relationship so that you could maybe find or look out for the best in your spouse or partner. Try to find out yourself and try to sit down on the round table, find what is really haunting you and what's really pushing down your relationship so that you can settle it well and in the best way and have the best of your relationship. Yes, better still, if you have any events like birthday parties, bridal shower, baby shower, pre-weddings, invite us, will be there. This show will showcase your event to show that yes, you're doing well in your relationship. Remember, these small parties are the ones that contribute a lot for our relationships to last, but they are not looked at. Why? This show comes out to showcase those birthday parties for adults, not for children, pre-weddings, baby shower, bridal shower, name it. If you invite me, I'll showcase your function or your event. I give you just 10 minutes of my show and I show the entire world that you are doing well in your relationship. Just in case you're free with your boyfriend and you're ready to publish him, even if you've not gone legal. You know what I mean. My name is Judy and this is the show purposely for you who is watching. How's been your work? Those, yes, working class now are the ones I'm talking about. And then campusers, how are you doing? Yes, senior four students are doing the exams, and then P7 also candidates. Okay, let me say candidates, senior 6, senior 4, and then P7 are planning to do exams, and they're reading so hard. But again, they take time to watch the show. How about that? I'm so glad. Yes, the show is for the youth out there, and I know you can't miss out anything plus music and then love talk. I normally bring here amazing visitors to share with us their love story or their time of relationship, or what they can say about this relationship, and probably the letters that I do receive in due course of the week. And today, as I speak, I have a letter in stock with us, and this person wants to share it with you. It's really short, but I want you to give it time and read. I mean, give it time and then think about it and give an appropriate advice to this young lady. How about we take the letter and then we'll be back shortly. I recently called a relationship off with my boyfriend. We were only together for 4 months, and most of the times we had a lot of fun. About a month ago, right before we were supposed to go on vacation, he got mad at me about something he did not explain and threw a glass of water in my face. I kicked him out of my apartment and cancelled the vacation. An hour later, he apologized and said it would never happen again, and we went on vacation. We indeed had a wonderful time. Last weekend, he was mad again about something he didn't explain. He sent a bunch of passive-aggressive text messages throughout the day, which I ignored. He stormed into my apartment again at 2 a.m., drunk and screaming at me and calling me horrible names.
It took me 2 hours to get him to leave my place, and he only left by storming out when I broke off our relationship. Since then, he called every day. I don't know what to do since I do still care about him, but I'm worried. Those aren't two isolated events, but what he would be like whenever he gets mad. Should I pick up the phone and take him back? Heartbeat help. I'm Rosette from Mutundwe.
That's Rosette from Mutundwe, and Rosette is crying out loud for you people out there who are watching the show. Yes, they've been in relationship for some good time, not so long, if I may say, but this is a relationship that is, and I don't know, it's very, let's say predictable or unpredictable, because they've been together for a while, and then this guy was a lovey-dovey guy and was doing well, was an amazing person before it turned out very violent. You know, they had planned to go for a vacation. Yes, they are still dating, by the way, because they've not been together for so long. It's coming to a year maybe. They've just met, whereby you expect love to be at its highest pitch, looking great. You'll be called all sorts of beautiful names. You'll be taken out, you know, when love is still fresh. But when they were together, they planned for a vacation to go and have an amazing time together, because it's just a new relationship. And then suddenly, a guy came and was so much annoyed. He was accusing Rosette about something that he didn't even explain. He became so mad and threw a glass of water. Poured water in her face, just like that, because he was so bitter, tried to, throw things in the house. And then she was like, for crying out loud, is this the man I want to engage myself? Is it too early for me to judge him? You know, it was really a bitter situation. But anyway, she played it cool. You're not wanting to adventure, wanting to give someone a chance to change because you fell in love. Because somewhere at the beginning she told us love was amazing. Those first few months. And then they had planned for a vacation, to go for a vacation. Unfortunately, things turned out bitter when they were approaching the vacation. And then Rosette was like, no, I'm not going to the vacation. Then the guy was like, oh, sweetheart, I'm really, really sorry. I promise this will never happen again. You know, I just got bitter. Just forgive me for this. Then another problem, an incident came in. She accepted and they went for a vacation. Dashing at the vacation, then something went wrong just suddenly like that, because when this one came about, when the guy, was annoyed again about something that he did not explain to the girlfriend. It's better when you get annoyed, sit down and explain something to your girlfriend. Let her get to know about the problem and see whether she can even change. But the problem came, the guy got bitter and they fought. The guy exchanged blows, It was really too bad. It was a hard situation. And then she was like, I wish I did not accept to come to the vacation. This is the time we would have engaged and have a wonderful time together as boyfriend and girlfriend, fresh in love. But it's the time we are exchanging words and then the guy is almost beating me up. Is this the kind of relationship I'm going to engage myself in? And then she was so bitter about this. When they came back for the vacation, she was like, I'm calling this relationship off. I'm not giving you another chance. Because, the kind of man I was looking for. If you're like this, when our love is still fresh, then how about we spend 10 years together? Because me, I was looking for a person whom I can engage myself with for the rest of my life, probably marriage. But you've shown me how you behave. You're so ill-mannered. I can't take it in. So she kicked the guy out of her apartment, but the guy was trying to apologize. Please forgive me. I want to do this again. Things just came about. How about you give me another chance? And then she's like, really? Yes, she's asking herself whether she's being so judgmental to the guy or whether she could give the guy another chance. You know, she's asking herself what she can do, Rosette, right about now. Because at that time, the guy even exchanged with her very abusive and aggressive messages that she never replied just because the guy was so bitter. Who tells you that whoever gets bitter about anything just kicks or throws anything in the house? I mean, you beat up your girlfriend, stuff like that? Who does that anyway? You know, this is the letter we are talking about, and it's where we derived our topic of discussion from. We are asking, should you give an abusive lover a second chance in a relationship? Yes, the question is as, is as bold as you can hear, very straightforward. Should you give an abusive lover a second chance in a relationship? What do you think if you're watching out there? And you can give your opinions on our Facebook page, Record TV Heartbeat. Topic is already posted there. But again, you can as well send an SMS on our SMS line. It's there, 0758 44 85 77. You can as well send a WhatsApp message. Yes, again, using that number, and your messages will be read just live on air. Probably you'll be helping Rosette on what to do right about now. Yes. How about at this minute we take a short break? We'll be back.
Do you feel like you are drowning, finding yourself sinking in sickness, bad dreams, depression, financial struggles, unemployment, addiction, or just simply find your life stuck? Watch Stop Suffering and find a way out every night, Mondays to Sunday at 11 p.m. only on Record TV, brought to you by the Universal Church of the Kingdom of God.
Tune in daily on 97.7 FM. Record Radio. Hits all day.
I'm glad that you tuned in to Heartbeat on Record TV, that I'm always here every Thursday from 8 up to 9. But again, better still, we have a replay of this very show on Sunday at midnight. Well, still to remind you about our letter that we are talking about today. Here is Rosette, who has been in a relationship for some short period of time. She has just met this man, and you know, things were doing well until when they had a disagreement, but of which Rosette says that she didn't know about it. The guy, the boyfriend, just got mad and, you know, got pissed in the house, threw everything down, and then he threw a glass of water, or poured water in her face, and then she became so bitter and said, really, is this the man I'm engaging myself with? But the guy was so apologetic. He was asking for a second chance. Please forgive me. I'll never do this again. I know I just did it because I was bitter. And then they organized for a vacation because Rosette had already cancelled the vacation, that I won't go with you because I can't understand you. But she accepted. They went for a vacation after forgiving the man for what he did. Then at the vacation, things also turned bitter there. The guy started acting weird, tried to exchange even blows with the girl, and then things weren't that good. That's what Rosette says right now. But when they came back, she was like, no, I'm not going to give this guy another second chance, because the guy was like, because Rosette had called off the relationship saying, no, I'm not going to continue with this kind of relationship. Let me go look for another person who really suits my behavior. It seems we don't match. But the guy was like, again, forgive me. I know I did this out of hunger, and I just want you to forgive me. You'll never do it again. And then she's like, this is, you want me to give you another second chance. You did it at first. I forgave you, and then now you're apologizing. Do you want to make an apology a joke? Or am I just dating a wrong person? She's like, let me share this with the viewer who is watching the show. How best can I deal with this man? Because me, I just called off the relationship. I don't know whether I can give this guy another second chance, or I just, back off and then go look for someone else who will suit my behavior. She doesn't know. She's torn between two. She doesn't know whether she's supposed to accept the man, or she goes ahead with the relationship and maybe with hopes of actually making this relationship work out. Yes, we throw this to you, the viewer out there, as you also give us your opinion. And we pose that topic of discussion asking, should you give an abusive lover a second chance in a relationship? What do you think? Probably you have a boyfriend who's so abusive. I mean, you forgave him for the first time, and then second time, and then he does it again, and then you continue forgiving. For how long will it go? Or people, we are born differently. We have different behaviors. We relate differently. How about you give someone a second chance, because no one is perfect. We also don't know. We are throwing it to you so that you can give us your opinion. How best can Rosette deal with this situation? It's an error. Yes, right about now in studio, I have an amazing, amazing person with me. So beautiful young lady, actually my workmate and a producer on the other hand. I'm talking about Halima Al. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
That's what they told me, that you're called Halima Al.
Who told you?
Ivan.
Really?
Thank you so much for joining me on the show.
You're welcome.
You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you.
I like that hair.
Thank you so much.
Halima, are you dating?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, by that I'm not sure. But I don't think I'm in a relationship right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you seeing someone?
No, I'm
No.
not.
Halima?
Yes, I'm not.
Okay, if you're given a chance to date one of your workmates, who would it be?
I think I will try out Kanyomozi.
That is our cameraman. He's also brushing. Give me 5. Anyway, Halima, okay, back to the topic.
Yes.
We have a topic table today. We are asking if you had an abusive lover, and then this guy batters you, he's always too mad fast, and then breaks things in the house, breaks everything, beats you up, probably doing some sorts of weird behaviors. I mean, you didn't expect.
Yeah.
And then for the first time, he comes and asks for apology. You forgive. Second time he comes, you forgive. Third time he comes. Yes. Our topic comes there. Would you give an abusive lover a second chance in a relationship, just in case he's asking you to give him a second chance, even if you know his behaviors are repeatedly done?
It depends on how long you guys have dated.
Yes.
Yes, because if you guys have met like for months, like for 2 or 3 months, and your partner is doing such behaviors, you don't need to continue with that relationship. But if you guys have, actually if you've pushed on like for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you can still hold on.
Is there any abusive relationship that can last for that long? 4 years, 3 years?
That's why I told
Do
you
you
it
think?
depends. That's why I told you it depends. Because you know how guys be.
Yes.
In the first place, they can praise you, they can do anything for you. And then
For the first few months.
for the first few months. But then if you guys push on with a relationship, maybe for a year or 2 years, they can start changing their behaviors.
Yes.
So,
But again, there are always some reasons as to why they do change. We are looking at girls being a little bit, okay, at times we have also bad manners as girls because, you know, someone loves you so much, you try to do contrary to what he really expected from you, to be this humble girl. I mean, you go out without his approval, you come back late, and probably even you're staying together. You know, you take that freedom for granted. Of course, a man will change.
but
And probably even abuse, abuse the rights that you do have, beat you up, you know, breaks everything in the house.
Julie, are you in a relationship?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question. If you're going out with your friends, do you ask your boyfriend or fiancé, or you don't?
I don't ask, but I do let him know about my...
So?
Yes.
You do let him know?
Yes, I do let him know, and probably if he says, I don't like your company, probably the people I'm going with, I can drop them and go alone. Or I don't like where you're going, how about you remain this weekend?
If you
I
normally,
can comply because I love him.
you told me you normally ask him,
Yeah, not ask, I do inform.
or you normally inform him.
Yeah.
But have you ever had a case of maybe fighting or something?
Of course, fighting is always there. It might not be necessarily fighting, exchanging blows, because I can't even do like this.
I know.
Yeah.
But
I know relationships have ups and downs, that much we accept, isn't it? But it depends how you handle. At times you can sit and sort it out, you know. Problem once talked about, it's solved.
But in normal circumstances, if you told your partner that you were, okay, if you informed him that you were going out, I don't think you people would have arguments. I don't think. Unless otherwise there is something that had happened the previous day, or maybe some
Yes,
other
it can
day.
come. Probably you agreed to come back before midnight and you come back at 2. Why wouldn't he really stand tall and ask you where you've been? You get?
Yeah, you know?
Yes, so those are disagreements we can get. It does not necessarily mean you beat me up. You get? It's a disagreement you can sit and talk about. I tell you why I came back a little bit late, just because I didn't come back the expected time. So no, those abusive relationships are there.
So it all comes back to the period of time you people have dated. Yes, because I think if it's my opinion, if people have dated for a very long period of time, there is a reason as to why they have been hanging in there, even though the relationship
is not moving on.
yes,
well.
there is a reason behind as to why they are still holding on. But if you people have just dated and stuff is happening, there is you're being beaten up by your husband or boyfriend or fiancé, he doesn't treat you like a lady, you don't need to move on with him. And I don't agree with that, to stay in an abusive relationship.
An abusive relationship.
Yes.
But again, it also depends, because that is the biggest, I mean, that is an example I can take to give someone a second chance. Why? Because we've dated for quite some, I mean, small time, a few months. Why should I judge you that you will be like that for the rest of your life? Probably
know.
you're doing it because we are not yet used to each other.
I know.
And if you get used to me, you're going to stop fighting with me. How about that?
I
'Cause
think
judging you at that moment, I'm also doing a wrong thing. How about if I might be the most dangerous, me who is quiet, than the person who yells at you and suddenly gets mad quickly, probably. But if me around who is silent, I can be a little bit dangerous than even you. Just because you haven't taken chance to sit down and observe and even give me a reason as to why you act in that way. So I think at times we need to give each other time.
that's
Maybe
what
time enough time that they had, it's not just enough.
That's what I told you in the very first place. Time. Time is, I think time is the best.
You're saying you're looking at time to actually say that maybe the relationship won't work out. Because if they've dated for that short period and the man is acting like so, that means there are no hopes of their relationship
And actually,
to last.
if two people are in a relationship, they need to communicate to each other. Communication is the best key.
Exactly.
Communication. If, Julie, let me say you were going out with your friends, or maybe you're to get home late, you need to call him or text him and tell him, you know what, honey, I'll be coming back home late. But if you didn't text him or call him when you get home at around midnight or 11, trust me, you'll be questioned.
And if you question me, does that mean let's fight? You break everything in the house?
People have different opinions.
Because you're
Julie.
mad?
People have different opinions.
Don't they have self-control? And they human?
Yes, they are, but people have different opinions. On one way or the other, he might think you're from doing something else, yet you were hanging out with your girlfriends.
Yes.
And he might think that you've been, or maybe cheating on him, or maybe doing some other silly stuff. But you might be, actually, you might even have delayed here at work.
Yes.
But he might have thought that you were out cheating on him, or maybe with a date with someone. So that's why I told you communication is also a major key to relationship.
Okay, let's go back to the top. I mean, to the letter itself.
Yes.
Where is the problem? As you had the letter, where could be the problem? Is it time given to each other is too little? That they need to learn each other and what to do? Should we say that they've dated for quite some little period of time and they need to give each other more time to actually discover the best of each other? It's really too early for the lady to judge the man, or the man is just like that, you know, they say a cheat will always be a cheat.
Yeah.
So if the guy behaves like this, he will behave like this even at the end. So that means it's his behavior, and now the relationship won't work out, so it's better she decides to give up and go for someone else.
I think they should give each other some other time.
Yes.
But then I think the man is also naturally like that. Because even before they went for a vacation, they had a fight.
It happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then after they had gone for a vacation, they also had a fight.
Exactly.
I think the man is naturally like that.
And it is from that point that the lady decided, let me call off the relationship and I'm not going to continue with this relationship anymore just because this is the second time you're doing it. How about she waits until maybe the fourth time happens?
But how long will she keep on waiting?
This is a relationship. I mean, even if it was marriage, you know, you just have, they say at times if you commit yourself in marriage, that there are some, it's not a bed of roses, there are some ups and downs. At times you'll be happy, other times you'll be sad, just because of maybe behaviors of your man, you know, stuff like that. How about she waits until maybe the fourth time, until it happens the fourth time?
Never know. There might be something that will make her hang in there.
Hang in there, like what? Because me, I think that Rosette, she's looking at these small things that a man takes me out for a vacation. You know, there are a few men who take their girlfriends out.
By the way, I know.
Yeah, maybe she's hanging in there because the man tries to take her out, and it's not every man does that.
Yes.
And then these other things, maybe they do exchange some little gifts because she told us at the beginning, you know, things were moving on so well. It's only that now they are turning bitter. You know, the only bad thing that she mentions about the man, he becomes mad fast. How about she sits down and tries to look out what makes this man mad and controls it so that they can live a better life? I don't know.
How long have they dated?
Some short time.
So, you know. Men, I don't know, men, in the very first time, if they really want something, they will make sure they do anything. For example, the gifts he used to give her, the dinners, like he used to take her for dinners, because he wanted her in the very first time. He showed her that he's a very good man. But then they are getting used to each other, you know, the lady is becoming free to the man. So I think this guy, that's why he's behaving like that.
But also getting mad doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
Why do you get mad at small issues?
It doesn't mean you're bad. I mean, everyone gets annoyed, even the queen.
Yes, I know. For that I know.
You know what I mean if
Yes.
I say the queen.
Yes.
Because there are people you normally see in wrangles and stuff, but there are things that also make them mad at times. But it depends how they act. So everyone gets mad, we understand that.
Yeah.
It depends how you act if you're mad. So how about she tries to sit down and wait and try to study this man, what makes him mad, and you try to avoid it. Unless there is somewhere she mentioned in the letter that, you know what, this guy gets mad and never explains what makes him mad. You just see him throwing things in the house.
I never know maybe what she does makes him annoyed.
What?
I don't know, but
in relationship, you need to be open. Now, if you get mad, don't you tell your boyfriend about it?
yeah, I do.
You do. You can sit down and tell him because you want him to change.
Yes.
If you don't want me to change, that means you've left me green. I don't know what really happened or what I did wrong that made you mad. So you need to sit down and tell me before you even throw glasses in the house. Because however much you throw everything in the house and we're left with nothing, I'll never understand what made you mad or made you act that way.
It comes back to communication.
Yeah, communication is very vital.
Yeah, they need to sit down and discuss.
Exactly.
Actually, the lady needs to sit down, the partner, and she has to like explain why she's not happy with him, and she needs to know.
And see whether the man will reply
Yes.
that I also don't like
Yes.
this, I don't like this.
Yes.
That's very wise. I like that. Let me give a chance to people who sent in some messages here. This one says, hi, thanks for the program. Joris, give him or her a second chance because relationships have got ups and downs. So you give him a second chance in order to rectify his mistakes. Hey, you're so honest. And then another one says, you have to chill that dude. This is a message coming from someone. Yes, Halima, give us your last take. What do you, how do you advise Rosette now?
I think Rosette shouldn't go on with the relationship because it's really upset for her because she has been frustrated several times, not once, not twice, but several times. So I think she shouldn't go on with the relationship.
She shouldn't.
She shouldn't at all.
That's Salima. Then another one says, hello, I'm asking for your help. Please do send your messages. We shall read them. Thank you so much for the messages. Another one says, hi girls. For me, if I get a girl, I will tell her if we are to be together, we have to be one, not two people. If you can hide your phone, it means I'm not yours. Marine, something of the sort. And another one says it's really bad, but Rosette should leave the guy. Halima, you look lovely.
Thank you.
A compliment here.
Thank
Halima.
you.
Yes, thank you so much for the messages. Yes, Dev, last time you complained so much. You were so rude that I didn't read your messages, yet they might have came in a little bit late. That's why I normally tell you, send the messages a little bit early so that we shall be able to read them on the show. Yes, another message here says, I can't hold on with an abusive lover because that person can humiliate you in public and degrade your dignity. Yet for him or her is free and confident. Asman from Luero, and send my regards to Abdallah Tif and Yusufu. Otherwise, thanks for the show. Yes, Yusuf is watching and Abdallah is also watching. Thank you so much for the messages. My last message to Rosette. Rosette, yes, relationships are, yes, we do date. We normally fall into love because we have different ambitions. Most of the people just want casual relationship, just to have you and pass around the town, show everyone that he's in love or she's in love, but is not really into a relationship. And then others think that maybe relationship is a bad thing, and then through making this kind of relationship smoothly, you move together, and then it will result into marriage. Others will have a marriage thing in their mind that maybe he will be the right person for me in the future. But again, I tell you, yes, you might have had an ambition like that, strictly like that, that maybe you're dating this guy because you want to settle together. And the guy seem otherwise, or would be into what you really want, but the problem is he gets mad quickly. Also, these people marry, because the people, I one time thought maybe soldiers don't have, when I was young, I thought soldiers didn't have wives because I see they're tough men. They normally work with their guns, and probably you'd think if you make him maybe annoyed, he will just shoot you on your head and stuff like that. But they also have women, they are married and they have kids. What I believe, there is no man that is really, what should I say, humble, or a person who does not get mad. You should just have to get used to your man. Try to find out what makes him mad and what not. How about you adjust also and see, yes, if there is something you see in this man that you can't leave, what you have to do is better learn what he wants and what he does not want. It's the best way for you to go and have this relationship last, just in case you love him. Because you're not looking at these vacations and small gifts that he normally gives you. What you have to do is to learn him and be together. Because it seems not to be a bad man. It's very difficult for men to apologize, by the way. If he did something wrong and apologizes, that means he means it, but maybe he has something in head, or it's just him that is created like that, and he will adjust slowly by slowly as time goes on. So what I should say is, give him time. How about you stay together and give him time? However, I'm actually a little bit different from my Halima, the guest here, who says that maybe you should leave the relationship. Anyway, Halima, I give you a chance to say something that you want to say on air now, before I close the show. Either send greetings,
yeah,
or...
I send greetings to my friends, my family, my mom, my dad, and my brothers and sisters, and all the viewers.
Yes.
They can.
Thank you so much for coming. You're
You're
looking
welcome.
great.
Thank you.
I like that black, lady in black.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's all we had time for today, and we are so grateful that you've been watching the show. But again, better still, the show repeats again on Sunday at midnight. How about you catch out that? Yes, we are so glad that you've been here, and we want to leave you with amazing couple, lady and gentleman, that is Crispus and Jackie, who will be taking you in our English news bulletin at the top of the hour. But from us, an entire team, I thank Ivan in control room. I thank Jonah Kanyomozi on camera. From us, we say, please have yourself a very good night and take care.